Once, when Wang Yangming came to Nanshan for a visit, a friend pointed to the flowers growing from the cracks in the stone, and asked, "You say there is nothing outside the mind, so what does this flower have to do with my heart when it blossoms and falls?" Wang Yangming replied, "Before you see the flower and your heart are silent. When you come to see the flower enters our heart, and the flower appears in our heart, and you will know that it is not outside your heart." For the heart, the existence of flowers and trees in the rock, and the quilt of its meaning, confirmation lies in the manifestation of flowers in people's hearts. Wang Yangming's words can be understood in many ways, and the most important one is the focus on the heart. In fact, everything in the world depends on whether you use a original heart to experience fusion. In Wang Yangming's view, this original heart is true, sincere, true gentleman, extract, truth, exercise power to rape, hypocrisy cover up, leaving only a pair of skin, extract, truth. Blossom Xie has nothing to do with their own body, do not know the changes of personnel, end up confused, all his life, nothing. In people's hearts, there is good and evil, there is a tendency to follow, and there is nobility and pride. Only it is not true. That is why there is a saying that the most difficult thing to figure out is the human heart. The whole knowledge of Wang Yangming is to seek sincerity in order to receive benevolence and righteousness. To put it simply, even if you don't have a sincere heart, you can't do anything kind and honest. One day, Yang Shi and Yu came to see Qingyi at Sunwang Academy. He met Qingyi, who closed his eyes and slept. Qingyi knew full well that two guests were coming, but he was silent and ignored. Yang and Yu were not annoyed either, but stood respectfully in the doorway, waiting for him to open his eyes without saying a word. It was a very cold day in winter. I don't know when it began to snow. There was more than a foot of snow outside the door. After waiting in the snow for about a long time, Qingyi woke up from his bed, saw Yang and Yu, pretended to be surprised and said, "Ah. The wise men have been here for a long time." Yang Shi did not show a trace of tiredness and impatience. Yang Shi and Yu Aiu, Qingmen Li Xue, only to learn from normal universities and seek good understanding. The two sincerely worshipped Qingyi's moral and academic accomplishment, knowing that Qingyi did it on purpose, but still met with courtesy. For them, this is an act of sincerity, not a trend, so it is magnanimous and courteous, that is, the gift of ordinary people. And its essence is sincerity rather than buying. People who are not perfunctory, do not act, do not escape, can honestly reveal their hearts, are often the most able to move the hearts of the people, and get the understanding of others. However, it is difficult to maintain this state of mind forever. It's like a young man fresh out of school, full of hope and ambition. However, after joining the WTO for a long time, they have suffered many setbacks, experienced difficulties and hardships. All their hearts have become contaminated and become impurities, or they have become very frank and dare not speak, or they have become very frank and become oblique, or they have ambitions and end up being very cowardly. In fact, society and environment are not enough to influence people. As long as each of us has our own independent thinking and independent self-cultivation, then in any complex world, any complex era, and any complex environment, we can always maintain the original state of mind. This is what Wang Yangming called the original mind. Just as dynamic and static complementarity is a kind of life form, the original heart is true, is also a kind of life form. Wang Yangming often says, "True, I am good." Buddhists say that there are only two people in the world, one is called Li, and the other is called Li. In this way, we might as well say that there are only two things in the world, one is true and the other is false. Seeking the truth is bound to be pragmatic, and between the false and the real, it not only reflects the attitude towards people, but also the understanding of oneself. It is easy to fool others, but difficult to fool yourself.